Welcome back, guys. We're doing part 2 now in this series that we've put together here. I've got David here from Dealmachine, and we're going to be talking about the technique of driving for dollars to find vacant and distressed properties that you can wholesale and flip for profit, how to take this technique and scale it or really grow your real estate business. All of that and more coming up.
For a limited time, you can get a free copy of Jerry Norton's Quickstart Kit with everything you need to flip your first house in 30 days or less. Download it now at myquickstartkit.com.
If you're new here, I'm Jerry Norton. I went from dead broke to millionaire flipping houses, and after doing 1,000 deals, I created this channel to help you master the art of wholesaling and flipping real estate so you can live your dream life. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified when new videos are released. Awesome. So David, great to be here with you again and do this part 2 video. And like I mentioned, I'm super excited for this because I love business and I love growing a business and I love the idea of leveraging other people and technology and tools to find me deals that I can bring into the business that we can wholesale and flip, make money where I physically don't have to be down in the trenches doing the hand holding and the really grind of it all, right? And so that's what this video topic is about. And I love that you focused on the Dealmachine app, which is a tool that helps you really organize this technique of driving for dollars. I love how you've created, as part of that, a way to build a team around it. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. But first, what are some ways that you can share with people? Let's say they don't have Dealmachine. Let's say they don't have people that they're hiring to do it. There are ways to create finders, scouts, right, that are out there in the marketplace that are coming across the same properties that you're trying to find, and they're doing it in their day-to-day activities with what they do. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So very plain and simple, driving for dollars, as you guys know, is looking for rundown houses, building a list that you cannot buy. There is no way to buy a list of distressed homes. By creating it, you're actually going to be reducing your marketing costs. And we've seen as much as half. So if you're spending $5,000 a month on marketing and you're consistently doing 1+ deals every month or more, you could expect the leads that come from your driving for dollars efforts, when you include even paying a driver to drive for you, and then as well as like any mail or skip tracing or cold calling, it should be cut in half when you do all that.
Which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. So if you're at that level, of course, you can add properties while you're, running to this store, and I think you should. But your time's probably worth more than $20 an hour, which is what you could pay somebody to go look for those deals for you and still have the end result be that your cost is cut in half.
Yeah.
Another angle that we figured was talking with some of our larger clients that are buying, say, like artificial intelligence products to go ahead and tell them what deals are likely to sell. They just did an analysis on the hundreds of deals they did prior, and they were like, 25% of our deals had handicap ramps. But no artificial intelligence company can see that. Yeah. There's no county record that keeps track of who has a handicap ramp. That's a key thing that you can identify by having somebody out driving, laying eyes on those properties, is identifying handicap ramps in addition to those rundown houses.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you can pick these kind of unique things that are going to make it a specialty type of lead that isn't on a list somewhere.
It's definitely an additional motivation factor that you just can't buy. So exactly.
But what I wanted to talk about was, in my business, I have a program where we have finders, right? And so what I want to do is I want to say, okay, how do I create an army of people looking for deals for me?
Right.
And compensate them for that. And so one of the things that we've been really good at doing is we'll find people that are already in those same neighborhoods every single day, like your mail people, your delivery people, your Uber and Lyft drivers, right? Who else? Door-to-door sales people. And these are people that, because of what they do with their work, they're up and down the streets.
Absolutely. Yeah, so the Uber driver is a great example. The postman, if you can make friends with them, great example. It's important to identify how well you're equipped to pay these people in order to keep them engaged as well, because there's got to be incentive for the postman. There's got to be incentive for the Uber driver. Otherwise, they're going to fizzle out and you won't hear from them anymore. So the 3 main payment structures that we see engaging those types of people is either like an hourly fee or maybe $1 per property that's qualified, or a fee whenever you close a deal.
Commission type thing.
Yeah. So the payment structure that you use highly depends on who is it that you're actually trying to attract. Yes. So if it's your mom or if it's a family member, they know you, they've got an existing relationship. The payment structure for them is probably a fee when you close on one of their deals, because they're going to continue staying engaged. If it is like a mailman, for example, or an Uber driver, what I've found is, they actually need money like this week to pay their bills. Yeah. And I haven't had as much luck doing like I'll pay you a fee when I close a deal.
Okay.
Because they don't seem to have control over when the deal's closed, and they're going to move on to other gigs that might pay more frequently because they got a bill coming due next week.
How do they know you'll even pay them, right?
Totally. If they don't have an existing relationship, they'll be highly skeptical a lot of times.
That's a good point.
So with them, I always try to give them payments as quickly as possible, especially starting out. I try to give them weekly payments, and I have one of two structures. If it is a mailman or if it's an Uber driver who's doing other things and they're just gonna get paid for adding properties, I'll probably pay them like $1 to $5 for qualified houses that they add.
Just an address.
Because typically they're not adding a high volume. What they're doing is they're like, ooh, there's this deal in a cul-de-sac no one knows about, but I know because I'm the garbage man.
Yeah.
And so they're busy. They've got to collect their garbage or whatever it is that their primary job is. So I want it to be worth their time to actually add the lead. So that's why I pay above $1 per qualified lead that they do there. And then I also have drivers that I pay hourly. They give me the biggest volume of leads. They might not find that hard to find lead that the garbage man did, but if I have a stipulation that says, hey, you guys have to find 12 an hour that meet my criteria, if you do that, I'll pay you $20 an hour.
I like the qualifier though, so they're not driving around and you don't know what the heck they're doing or wasting time.
You've got to balance quality with the quantity, because otherwise they'll just add 12 leads to get finish their job.
First 12 houses on the street.
They won't be good leads for me unless I specify, here's what you look for. And it's actually in the app is like the tags in the Dealmachine app. There's like a tags icon, and I say if you add a lead, you've got to click at least a tag. So the tag is everything I look for. It could be like biological growth, really tall uncut grass, for example, some of those reasons that you're familiar with why you'd want to add a property.
Yeah.
But those are the three main payment structures, and those are the types of people that typically fit best within each based on my experience.
So it's like anything, right? You got to match the right person with the right structure. So again, guys, just to review, this is really cool. You got either an hourly, right, with some qualifiers, like I need so many qualified leads an hour, right? So to justify what I'm paying you for. So you got hourly, you got a commission structure. Now you didn't mention a number, but I think the going is like 500, maybe 1,000. Is that pretty typical?
I've seen 500 or 1,000. Yeah, in that range for sure.
So in other words, I don't pay you unless that lead you gave me, I convert it into a deal, then I pay you 500 or 1,000. Like he said though, I love what you said. I didn't even think about this. There's a lot of skepticism because they may give you a lead, but they have no control over what happens after that. Right. So maybe a better structure for certain people, like the professionals that are working, might be more of like a per lead. Yeah. And you guys can look at like $1 to $5 for the garbage man or the mail guy or whoever, right? The delivery people, door-to-door sales, whatever it is, maybe a cost per lead structure for them. And what's cool though is, can all of those people that you put together, can they be part of your team in the Dealmachine app? Yeah, they can all be part of the team in the Dealmachine app. You can have up to 300 team members. 300 team members.
Yeah. So that's on. We have 3 levels of plans. That's the bigger plan. Lets you have 300. And when you engage with that Uber driver, you want it to be as easy as possible for them to actually get onboarded onto your app and to add properties that way. So you actually can create your own landing page for signing up drivers, and you would give the Uber driver that link, which would be a landing page for your business. It would have a video explaining what it is they're signing up for. It would get them into the app and on your team. And we've also pre-recorded 7 to 10 training videos for your drivers. You can edit those. You could select, hey, give them the video for hourly, or give them the video for per closed deal. Whatever it is that your payment structure is with them, we filmed a video to teach them that, and you just kind of configure it. But it is a whole system that we developed through my own need of trying to get all these people, onboarded quickly without me investing a bunch of time with somebody who ends up fizzling out. It's kind of like a process that they can continue, proving themselves with before I invest a lot of my time or any of my time really training them and doing an interview and that whole thing that goes with hiring and training somebody.
Yeah, so they can just come in. If they produce, they produce. If they don't, they're gone. So guys, I want you to kind of think about this for a second here. 300 drivers. Imagine if you had 300 drivers out in the neighborhoods looking for deals, getting leads, bringing that into your business. I mean, that is big time, right? I mean, think about the kind of deals you're going to start doing if you could get to a point where you had dozens or hundreds of drivers looking for deals for you. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, guys. So David, we're really excited because we've kind of partnered up with you and Dealmachine, and we want to let you know, guys watching, that you can get started right away. Maybe David, share with them. We put a link in the description below.
Right.
But what will that allow them to do, and how can they get started with Dealmachine?
Right. Signing up with the Flipping Genius code or the link below is going to, first of all, get a 7-day free trial plus $15 instantly in the Dealmachine app, so that you can actually, send a postcard to yourself, skip trace yourself, see how that stuff works, and then start onboarding teams at the same time. Yeah. And so that's what the Flipping Genius code is going to do. It's going to bring you within the Flipping Genius Dealmachine community. So you definitely want to use that code.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, you can click on that code. That'll get you started. And really excited for you to kind of get out there and start to do this. If you've done any kind of driving for dollars at all, you've got to get Dealmachine. It's going to just be life-changing for you. But I want you to think past that. I really want you to start thinking about not just today, not just your next deal, not just side hustle, not just, how can I pay my bills at the end of the month? I want you to think about this from more of a bigger perspective, where this could really, really create a real business from just this one strategy for you. It could create that at half of the marketing cost, all said and done, half of the marketing cost that a lot of people are spending and implementing that aren't doing driving for dollars, right? So that's a big deal, guys, and I hope you kind of see that and catch that vision for what this can be. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is the #1 channel on YouTube for all things wholesaling and flipping, and we'll see you on the next video.